I want to invite Caryn Kent-Dean to come upon the stage, if you will, and share her story. Hi, Caryn.
Fabian, how are you?
Good. I know that I just want to say thank you for agreeing to speak. I think it's important for people to know that sometimes we have people who are like, yay, yay. And for you to step up and say, I'm sharing my story is, you usually like to be behind the scenes. So thank you so much for your generosity. Tell us about you. Where were you before Boldheart? And you've been here, so you were in growth, and then
joined Leverage.
Tell me before you joined us in growth, what was your situation like?
So 3 years ago, I didn't have a business. I had just left my corporate job because it did not offer me the kind of balance that I wanted. I had been at home with my kids for 10 years and didn't even make it in the corporate world for 4 years because as much as everything looked perfect on paper, it wasn't fulfilling me and I didn't feel like myself. And so I strategized with my husband and he supported me in leaving that job. And I told him, people are reaching out to me, asking me if I'll do consulting work. And so I know I can make a business of this because opportunities are already presenting themselves. And so he said, okay. And we planned for my retirement right in time for summer so I could spend time with my kids and we wouldn't have that childcare cost either. So I started my business in August later that summer and was in negotiations with my first client a month later. During that time, something about the mindset retreat crossed my Facebook feed. And I attended one of your webinars. And I think what really connected with me was the fact that there was a place for Black sheep. My career and my success didn't have to look like everybody else's version of success. And that it was okay if what looked right on paper for everybody else wasn't right for me.
Yeah.
And after that, my husband was watching TV in the other room and I came out and said, I need to go to Atlanta at the end of next month. This is what's going on. This is why. And I don't know why I need to go, but I need to go. And he said, okay, we'll figure it out. And I said, the business will pay for it. I just started my business and I haven't signed a client yet, but the business will pay for it. Yeah. I signed my first client the next week. And before I even attended Mindset, I had my strategy session and I was intending to join growth once I received my first paycheck because in my industry, we frequently get paid in arrears because our clients get paid in arrears. And I work with companies that work with government and government budgets are what they are and they pay net 30 or net 60 or net what have you. And so that means all the other vendors down the line also get paid in arrears. So I had my strategy session and I learned that if I joined before Mindset, I would have the opportunity to come for a Boldheart business only, members only day. And that sold me. So a week before Mindset, I signed up for growth, told my husband, that retreat I'm going to next week, well, I need to leave a week early or a day early. And you need to figure out less than a week ahead of time, how to take care of things because I'm leaving Monday.
Caryn, what was it?
And he was
like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. He was just like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when you come with confidence and conviction, it's just like, this is happening instead of, ooh, can I please do it? And I think that you showed that courage and conviction. What have you experienced? I mean, so you went from like 0 clients to in growth, you learned about sales and marketing. Where did you take your income and in how fast from being in growth?
So my journey is a little bit different than most organizations. I made high 5 figures my first year in business as a solopreneur with no other team members. I joined Leverage at Mindset the following year because I was out of time the moment I started my business and landed my first client. My client essentially, I very much felt like even though I wasn't an employee and wasn't there, 80 hours a week, they expected me to be accessible like an employee. And because of that, it was a little bit challenging for me. So when I joined Leverage, within a few months, I hired my first employee who's still with me. And I now have a team of about 10 contractors who are available to my bench as the client work ebbs and flows. And I also work with several operational consultants who support me with bookkeeping. I have an online business manager who I met through the Boldheart community as well. And I think the thing that has brought me along so far is really the mindset work and the confidence. The fact that it's not about me. There really are people sitting up at night working on requests for proposals in order to win new business. And at 3:00 in the morning, they are just frantic and wondering how they're going to get things done. And so,
Caryn, I want to ask you, are you willing to share your revenues now?
Well, COVID hit me. COVID hit me hard because I did lose my primary client. However, we are on the uptick. We had a $20,000 sales month last month, and we've got a lot of exciting things on the way. So COVID gave me the opportunity to actually stop working in the way that I had actually tried to leave when I left corporate, but fell back into when I was working one-to-one. Boldheart has taught me how to work many to many, really, because I have multiple people on my team. And that's where the growth really comes into play. And we're also working on something for other professionals in my industry who also want to take the leap to consulting.
Let me ask you as a wrap-up question, Caryn, what is it about the program that has taken you from 0 to 6 figures, maybe even multiple 6 figures in such a short period of time? What is the one aspect that you would say is the most important to you?
The mindset in the community, knowing that I can bring my questions and we talk about level 3 conversations, but in many cases, I feel like they're level 10 conversations because there are very few people that I would have some of these conversations with. And I know that I have a place to have them. I can get clarity on the things that are challenging me, and I can celebrate my successes, like having 20K in sales in 1 month.
Amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, Caryn.
We're going to have more. Thank you so much.
The best is yet to come. Thank you so much. Celebrate her, please. Celebrate